In fall 2021, we have a number of internet courses again, which I'll just breeze through really quickly. The ones on this slide are all offered online asynchronous, so via Canvas. And they're somewhat familiar to you. There's English 104, there's going to be 2 sections of Intro to Creative Writing, which will be online asynchronous. You may have seen AMLIT 2 and WorldLit as well. Joining this array are other courses which count towards the English literature track and English education track, and also count as lower level electives for creative writing as well as writing and applied arts. And those courses are BritLit 1, English 214, AMLIT 1, English 216, and English 236, Multicultural American Literature. We also have a couple of other modalities and other courses that will count towards your degree, especially in the literature category. One of these courses is English 338, World Literature. It's got a super long title that's going to get cut off in SIS. It's not showing up yet as the topic, but when it does, it's going to be some garbled version of this. And that is Gender, Power, and Culture in Contemporary Latin American Literature. It's a fabulous opportunity to take a course with an expert that we've never been able to bring to campus before. And something interesting about this is it will also satisfy requirements in women and gender studies. It is a virtual classroom course, which means it doesn't meet live in a common space, but it does meet at a particular time twice a week. And that time is 12:45 to 2:05 on Monday and Wednesday. So if you enroll in that class, you can be anywhere you want in the state or in your life or wherever you are, but you have to be able to tune in at that time, those times each week to complete the course. The other course, which is I'm excited for us to be offering, is will satisfy an ancient and medieval requirement in humanities, if you're taking that track, if you have that emphasis, as well as early British literature. So for English, if you need an early Brit Lit requirement, which you do, or you need some coverage, English 364 Topics in Literature, Arthurian Legend and Romance will be a course we're offering this fall. This is going to also be a virtual classroom class. So 9:30 to 10:50 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, you have to be able to show up at a computer screen to be able to take the course. But it is going to be a really great course to take. I've mentioned some things about the future, so let me tell you a little bit about internet courses in the future. In spring of 2022, English department has, I may have said this before, I can't remember, has been awarded a distance education grant to develop about 7 remaining courses that are required or help satisfy requirements to help build a fully online path, or internet path, I should say, through our degree distance ed path. So some of these are going to be available starting in spring of 2022. And there are different modalities attached to these. You will, if you're required to take English 301 Intermediate Creative Writing, you'll be able to take a version of that with digital storytelling as the topic in an in-person with live streaming enhancement, which means there will be, at that point and only starting then, in 2022 spring, people in a classroom, and then there can be a whole other contingent of folks who are taking the course like in a virtual classroom way. So they're showing up, but they are not in the classroom, but they're logging in and doing a virtual version. What you'll see here is as we progress through these kinds of future options, the creative writing courses are going to skew towards a distance ed modality of online enhancements to an in-person class. So there'll be an in-person workshop or an in-person intermediate creative writing class, and then that will be able to be streamed to people that are not physically in the classroom but can tune in on those times. That's what you're going to start seeing with distance ed options for our creative writing type courses. So to that end, in spring of 2022, we'll have a topics and game writing courses about choices. There's topics and game writing course about choices. That also will be in person. So if you can be on campus, want to take it live in the classroom, you can. And then a number of seats will be reserved for those who will be only tuning in through the online modality. So there will be lots of ways that we'll talk about how this works, but just showing you what's on the horizon. On the other side of this will be, again, more online asynchronous required course offerings, or course offerings that are required for the English major in various tracks. So we will start having sections in earliest spring of 2022 of, say, English 336 Ethnic American Literature, the theme or the area of study being Asian American and Pacific Islander literature. That will be online asynchronous. We'll also finally have Shakespeare, English 431, which is required for all kinds of folks in the English major. That will be fully online, asynchronous. And we're going to have an offering of our capstone, English 400, offered in spring, a little bit off cycle, but just to start it going and see how it goes. I believe we're going to aim for that to be offered in spring of 2022. That's the thought for right now on that one. Moving past that into fall of 2022, and we're a little squishy about how this is all going to work. We will be having an offering of grammar English 226 as an in-person with live streaming course in the spring or fall of 2022. I'm not entirely sure where that one will land because this is still in the planning stages. And my novel writing workshop in fall of 2022 will be offered in person with a contingent that is taking the course only and exclusively online at the same time, streaming at the same time as the in-person course. That will also be a version of that course that will be offered a distance ed modality for that. And also the English capstone, I do believe in fall of 2022 will be available in a distance ed modality. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I know there's a lot to take in, and if you have questions, feel free to please email me, meechamr@uwgb.edu. Thanks.